Hey guys, so I have Sector 4 for you today in this Conquest series. This is the Conquest series we're playing to unlock Ezra Bridger, the newest unit that will be available in 3-ish months. He's going to be the lifter unit for Galactic Legend Ahsoka whenever she drops, so you may want to get your hands on him as soon as possible. And we're going to go through the feats today, in particular relating to Sector 4. So before we hop in though, I do want to say, as usual, thank you so much to my patrons. I do appreciate it. It doesn't go unnoticed, and it's definitely been amazing. Okay, let's look at Sector 4 at these feats. They are pretty, I hate to say straightforward, but they're straightforward. So you're going to gain Tenacity up 50 times. There's a decent amount of double dip, honestly, that's going to happen here. Win 15 battles with Kelleran Beck in your squad, so you just need to drag him along with the team. Attempt to inflict or gain Blight 40 times. This is going to be pretty good. You don't need to win to make this happen, and you don't even really need a very strong squad to make this happen. It's pretty nice. And then defeat 30 enemies with Nightsister units. Again, that's going to be obvious on how you get it done, and you'll be able to double dip globally with a full Nightsister squad if you wanted to. You just want to keep in mind with these defeating type of feats that if you have discs like Volatile Accelerator, like I have equipped, or Caustic Emissions, anything that's putting out dots, those discs have, or thermals for example, have the ability to steal the kills from you, because if the character dies from the dots or thermals exploding, that's going to steal the kill. And you're not going to get credit for it that way. So just keep that in mind when you are working on these. Otherwise, let's look at the footage. All right, so first up, let's look at these defeating 30 enemies with Nightsister units. This is pretty much as cut and dry as it's going to get, and I wanted to take advantage of having a full Nightsister squad here so that I could double dip towards the global feat and get some wins that way. So I do have Volatile Accelerator still equipped, 3 Amplify Agony, and 1 Weak Spot disc. That's pretty much been my setup for the majority of Conquest so far. So the key thing here to note, like I said earlier, is the Volatile Accelerator does have the potential to steal your kills, and you are going to see that in this this video in particular, but I wanted to show it anyway because, one, I wanted to show that you could still get the win with a full Nightsister squad and get credit towards that global feat, and you're still able to get some kills in. So unfortunately, Omega just dies off there to the dots, so we don't get that kill. There were actually quite a few that we didn't get, but you are able to get them anyway. I would probably just pull the Volatile Accelerator off in this case so that you're able to get all of the kills with just Nightsisters in particular. So just keep that in mind based off your disc setup. Okay, this one though is pretty good. We're going to do some Tenacity Up. We're going to have Kelleran Beck get dragged along on our squad so that we can win with him there. And then you're also going to have Master Qui-Gon. I don't know why I keep calling him Moff. Master Qui-Gon on your team for the global feat and having him survive on your squad. So just a straight up Jedi team here in general. Obviously with Kelleran Beck on it. And then I did take Grandmaster Yoda and Shock. I like to have Grandmaster Yoda there. One, he's going to give you Tenacity Up as well. And then Shock just for the extra healing if possible, the cleansing. And then also she is a Galactic Republic. So I do misplay this and I basicked with Qui-Gon. You do want to do the dice roll because you will get Tenacity Up with the dice roll, provided you have Galactic Republic allies, which is why we've in particular taken Shock and Yoda as well. So just for your own sake, don't do what I did, and you would get some more Tenacity Up that way. But otherwise, you're getting 3 feats done in one squad, which is pretty much what we love to see. So that is that there. All right, so let's look at Blight. So you need to inflict or gain it because it can go on your enemies or on yourself, and you need to do it 40 times. I am going to go on this Karth node, and I am going to go in exact same disc setup, Volatile Accelerator, 3 Amplify Agony, and a Weak Spot. And I'm going to take this lovely weak Enoch team, except for Death and Storm. They're my 2 strongest. And we're just going to kind of take advantage of them taking their turns and us losing. So this is kind of the beauty of this is that you don't really need to take turns. Night Trooper and Death Trooper Peridia, whatever, the two new zombies, both are able to inflict blight on their abilities, so which is why I wanted to bring a full squad here. And you can see it kind of spreading on Zalbar there, and it was on Karth at one point, and now it's on Mission. So basically, if you attack a character with blight, in particular with this zombie Death Trooper dude, he's going to be able to spread blight around as well. So you're able to get a little bit more that way. And it doesn't really matter that the rest of your characters are dying and that you're not really taking turns or anything. Obviously, if you want to win and be efficient, then this isn't the way to do it. However, I was pleasantly surprised and quite happy with the results here when I went in with 0 blight in total. And then we came out of this fight with these weak, crappy characters, and we're sitting at 11. It's decent in my opinion. So that's that, and you can look at cheesing it if you want with the DCS consumable after the fact. All right, now we're gonna do the mini boss though. So this is a Tusken squad, and you need a full Galactic Republic squad to survive, and then you also need to have JarJar survive, and JarJar is not Galactic Republic, so you have to do this twice. And I figure if you have JarJar, you have Gungans, so you would probably just go in with a full Gungan squad here and take advantage of double dipping towards the global feat where you want at least 4 Gungans on your squad. Because they are Tuskens, though, they can stun lock you, so you do want to keep that in mind. It is potentially annoying. And because of that, you could choose to just drag JarJar along on a different squad if you wanted to. However, it does work really nicely, even though you are getting stun locked with a full Gungan squad, and just making sure he survives and getting the damage output done just to kind of chew through them. Once you get through, I find with Tuskens, at least once you get through Chieftain, then you're pretty much fine, and everything kind of just snowballs and goes your way after the fact, as you can see. And it's pretty clear cut. And then you're just, like I said, waiting and making your way through and having JarJar survive so you can get credit for that feat. And then we're going to go back in again with a full Galactic Republic squad because, like I mentioned, they are not tagged Galactic Republic, so you need to do this twice. All right, and then again, Galactic Republic, the exact same disc setup, Volatile Accelerator, 3 Amplify Agony, and a Weak Spot disc. I chose to just go in with a Jedi Master Kenobi squad. I mostly wanted to take Cat. So if you don't have him, I would do like a Padme Cat lead instead. Because essentially I just wanted to take advantage of her leap and get rid of a Tusken as soon as possible and chew through them that way. The main thing here to keep in mind is that you need the full squad to survive. So I like having Padme here for her protection up and all of that fun stuff. Obviously, Ahsoka's able to heal. If you were to go in with a full Padme squad instead of having Jedi Master Kenobi as lead, I would consider taking either Grandmaster Yoda or Shock as your 5th here with the same supporting characters, just so that you can get some more either foresight and kind of avoid some of these hits, or with Shock you can get some more healing if you need it, because you do again need to have your whole squad survive. It's not just winning with a full squad. But that is essentially the mini boss, and it is done. And now we can go have a look at the actual boss himself. So this is another case with the boss where you do have to do it twice, because you need to win with Dark Trooper Moff Gideon surviving and then win with no Empire units on your team. So I figured if I'm going to have to do this twice, I might as well take advantage of having Kelleran Beck here and getting credit towards that. I want Master Qui-Gon here to get credit towards that global feat, Tenacity Up for the sector feat. So this is why I personally chose to go in with the Jedi Master Luke team. It doesn't necessarily have to be him as long as it is no Empire on your team in general. So obviously it's not clean for me because I think it's because of the stamina being so depleted, but maybe I'm wrong. So if you're worried about needing to 3-star the node, then the next squad I'm going to show you is going to work really well for that. Even though there is an Empire unit, you can just swap him out. But again, all I really care about here is having Master Qui-Gon survive. So we're going to do the dice roll to get Tenacity up. Kelleran Beck is just getting dragged along, and then you're just making your way through and getting through the boss, regardless of how clean it is, in my opinion. And you can always focus on cleaning it up if you need to have it 3 stars after the fact. Because, like I mentioned, you have to do this twice anyway, since you need to get no Empire on your team, and then Dark Trooper Moff Gideon surviving if you have him unlocked. So, I'm going to go in the exact same discs again, and Dark Trooper Moff Gideon is going to get dragged along here. And Bamhan Chewie works very nicely on this squad. You just want to get rid of Vandor Chewie pretty much right away if possible, so that you're not having to have the enemy team revive because of him being prepared. So Volatile Accelerator, 3 Amplify Agony, and a weak spot. You need the Leadership Zeta on Bam here, and essentially you're just going to feed your team turn meter, get rid of Vandor Chewie right away, and then you just kind of wipe the board with debuffs and the rest of your characters. And if you don't have Dark Trooper Moff Gideon and you wanted to use the squad for no Empire, you could. You would just sub in a different Light Side Scoundrel as your 5th, and it would work the exact same way. Okay, so that is Sector 4. We're almost through it. It's pretty straightforward, I think. It's not too grindy. Let me know if this was helpful, though. I'd love to hear what else you're using. If you're having any trouble, definitely feel free to hop in the Discord link below to the H&N server. There's a ton of us there that are willing to help out with Conquest and that really enjoy Conquest, so definitely take advantage. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow for Sector 5.